Tonight at 9, the South Side is working to help the Muncie community, how a local school is making sure students stay warm and full this winter.
Ball State's most anticipated fundraiser is returning to campus, how you can get involved.
Plus, the Mississippi abortion law went to the Supreme Court today, what the 9 judges had to say on the law challenging Roe v. Wade.
And the first Omicron variant case is being reported in the U.S., how the CDC wants you to stay safe.
Winter like November and now a warm spring like start to December. What you can expect next as we flip the calendar from November into December, coming up with full weather.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Rebecca Rosado.
And I'm Emily Harless. One Muncie Middle School created a program to help students in need.
NewsLink Indiana's Tara Konechny has more.
Walking through the hallways at Southside Middle School, many would not know that a lot of students who go here are in need.
Someone may think that a student is the richest kid in school, but they're really not.
6 years ago, Southside started their food pantry after recognizing that some kids weren't able to eat when they got home from school. But since then, it has grown to much more than that.
We have personal hygiene, school supplies, we have coats.
Even dress clothes and shoes for 8th grade graduation at the end of the year. And they have the Panther Pantry with food. Any kid that needs something at Southside is eligible for all these necessities.
It's phenomenal. It is community-wide.
If a child is in need of anything at Southside, all they have to do is tell a teacher or counselor, and they will set up a private time for that individual to go and shop. And if they don't have something that the child needs, they go and buy it.
To me, it's important for kids to have dignity, and to feel like they fit in.
Fitting in is sometimes all a child wants to do in this stage of life. The Panther Pantry, the Den, and the Coat Drive have all been made to help kids feel that way.
These kids are my mission in life. I could retire, but I don't because I want to be here to help these kids.
The resources at Southside Middle School relies 100% on donations from businesses or people in the community. Without donations, the pantry wouldn't be able to be what it is today.
It matters so much to this community that our kids are well fed, well clothed, and obviously well educated.
In Muncie, Tara Konechny, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Panther Pantry is asking the community for donations to sponsor a child for Christmas dinner and food to last them throughout the break. Christmas dinner is $25 to sponsor and food for break is $20. All donations for Panther Pantry or the Den can be sent or dropped off at Southside Middle School at 1601 East 26th Street in Muncie. And speaking of the Christmas season, today is December 1st and it rained today, which is not what I would expect to see in December. I would expect some snow.
Right, so I'm hoping we're getting some snow, but let's take it over for weather with Adam.
Well, it might be meteorological winter, but it's not quite winter yet. But that's all thanks to this jet stream. You can see this rainbow of colors is pretty far north. This is allowing all this warm air that normally sits further south to move up, bringing us all these warm temperatures that we're going to see continue over the next couple of days. So winter not quite yet. Currently 46 degrees here in Muncie, 45 up in Fort Wayne, 45 down to Indianapolis, 52 down to Bloomington, and 47 over into Lafayette. So we're going to see temperatures remain in the 40s, but then warm up a little bit as we make our way into the day tomorrow. Back to you two.
Adam, thank you. Ball State's Dance Marathon has been working hard this semester to raise money for Riley's Hospital for Children during what they call the Year of Change.
NewsLink Indiana's Grace Binkowski has the latest.
Like a number of other nonprofit organizations, Ball State Dance Marathon and its participants are making a comeback from a year of in-person events lost by COVID-19.
We are trying to find this positive side of coming back from COVID and having the reduced numbers.
As the organization united to change this school year, one of the most successful changes has been their newly named Smiles for Miles event in November.
It was called 100 Days, and that's something that like a lot of marathons do. And it's usually 100 days before the marathon event. I think it was really cool to see it still be successful with a new name.
With a record total of $35,388 raised under a new deadline of just 26.2 hours, it gave members like Lee an adrenaline rush and hope for their new initiative.
When we were writing the numbers on our little poster boards, my hands were shaking. I just had like this big rush of just tears.
Ball State Dance Marathon has continued to hold other fundraising pushes since then, including donation events, online fundraisers, and Dine to Donate promotions at local restaurants. For those looking to simply help the cause, you can do just that.
You can definitely support anyone that you know in Dance Marathon because it all goes to such a great cause.
As the organization prepares for their in-person dance marathon on February 12th, WASP encourages those who are interested to take the challenge as a nonprofit starts a new chapter.
So if you were interested in being a participant, that is also a great opportunity for you to actually come to the marathon and to raise some money.
In Muncie, Grace Benkowski, NewsLink, Indiana.
For more information on how you can get involved, visit the Ball State Dance Marathon's Instagram page. Now we're staying in Indiana. 2 Indianapolis police officers were stabbed early this morning. Officers responded to a disturbance around 1 a.m. when the suspect said another person was harassing him. IMPD officers were then attacked after telling the man they would attempt to locate the other person. He then was shot and wounded by officers. Both officers were taken to the hospital and are in stable condition. No one else was injured, and the police are still investigating.
A student has died from his injuries sustained during yesterday's school shooting in Michigan. According to Oakland County officials, 17-year-old Justin Schilling passed away in an area hospital today. Authorities say Schilling was one of 8 people injured after a 15-year-old student opened fire at Oxford High School Tuesday afternoon. His death raises the shooting's death toll to 4. The shooter, Ethan Crumley, was in police custody today. The sophomore was charged with murder, terrorism, and other charges. He was moved to the county jail with no bond. The school district has closed all of its schools for the rest of the week as the community tries to deal with the tragedy. Yesterday's shooting in Oxford is the U.S.'s deadliest school shooting since May 2018.
Widely seen as the most important abortion rights case to reach the Supreme Court in decades. 9 justices heard arguments today around a Mississippi abortion law that bans the procedure after 15 weeks. The case giving the conservative majority court a chance to revisit and perhaps repeal the constitutional right to an abortion, established by the 1973 decision in Roe v. Wade and reaffirmed in 1992 in Planned Parenthood v. Casey. A federal appeals court blocked the Mississippi law on grounds it violates Roe's precedent, legalizing abortion nationwide prior to viability around 23 to 24 weeks. Justice Sonia Sotomayor challenged why the court would revoke that right now.
15 justices over 50 years have, or I should say 30 since Casey, have reaffirmed that basic viability line.
Justice Clarence Thomas pressed Julie Reichelman on what protects a right to an abortion.
Is it privacy? Is it autonomy? What would it be?
It's liberty, Your Honor. It's the textual protection in the 14th Amendment that a state can't deprive a person of liberty without due process of law.
A decision in the Mississippi case is expected next spring.
The first Omicron COVID case confirmed in the U.S. Find out where and how the CDC is working to stop the spread.
Plus, there may be new protocols when you get ready to fly. We'll tell you what to expect during the busy holiday travel season after the break.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. New York City is now home to the nation's first overdose prevention centers.
The two facilities offer medical care and services to reduce drug-related deaths. The two centers are in East Harlem and Washington Heights. At each location, supervisors are trained to respond to a drug overdose monitoring users. The program also offers testing for fentanyl, a synthetic drug found in opioids that is responsible for many of the overdose deaths seen across the country. According to the mayor's office, the centers are an attempt to save lives by offering potential life-saving treatment.
There's a lot of science showing that they do save lives. We know this from over 30 years of research across 100 overdose prevention centers that are operating on 3 continents right now. At the over 100 sites that already exist around the world, not a single overdose death has been reported.
But not everyone agrees with the city backing supervised drug use. Yesterday, Congresswoman Nicole Malachowski urged President Biden to halt Mayor de Blasio's plan, stating the centers encourage drug use and deterioration quality of life. Chowsky says the facilities will promote a level of sobriety and also have services available for people who want help beating addiction.
And in your coronavirus headlines today, Dr. Anthony Fauci announced the first case of COVID-19 caused by the Omicron variant in the U.S. This was also confirmed by the CDC. The infected person was a traveler who returned from South Africa on November 22nd. A week later, they tested positive for COVID. The person is in quarantine, and U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy says precautions are in place to try and stop the spread.
It's aggressive contact tracing that's underway at the moment to understand who else may have been in contact with this individual to make sure that they also get tested and that they don't put others at risk.
A new study finds people who survive severe COVID infection are significantly more likely to die within a year. Researchers at the University of Florida looked at nearly 14,000 patients who tested positive for the virus between January and June of last year. And they found patients who required hospitalization were about 2.5 times more likely to die within a year than those who tested negative. They are also almost twice as likely to die as people who tested positive but did not have to be hospitalized. It indicated COVID likely impacts the body in ways that causes issues down the road, including psychological stress.
Government officials are considering more COVID testing for all air travelers entering the U.S. Officials at the CDC are discussing whether to require everyone to test negative 1 day before entering the country and then again upon arriving. That could apply to U.S. citizens and permanent residents, even if they are vaccinated. Right now, vaccinated travelers have up to 3 days prior to travel to show a negative COVID test. Officials are working to revise protocols for international travel in light of the Omicron variant following its first confirmed case. On Monday, President Joe Biden banned all travel from South Africa and 7 neighboring nations, except for U.S. citizens and permanent residents.
A 20-year-old California man accused of attacking a flight attendant has pleaded not guilty in a Denver federal court. This after what American Airlines CEO called one of its worst assaults in its history. Brian Hsu was charged with interference with a flight crew for the October incident. The attack forced American Airlines flight from New York to Santa Ana, California to be diverted to Denver. It all started when the flight attendant says she told Hsu he couldn't use the bathroom. Hsu claims the flight attendant then charged at him. He was escorted off the plane after the flight attendant said he punched her. She suffered a concussion and broken bones in her face. Hsu has been banned from flying with American Airlines. And you know, with the holiday season coming up, there's going to be a lot of traveling, so I hope there's some good weather. Adam?
Right now, a lot of good weather, and we'll see what's going to happen over the next couple weeks. Coming up with my full weather.
Baby, you see, I cannot set you free. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go, babe, I'm never gonna let you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day.
Millions of people are connecting
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other,
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Welcome back. The time now is 9:16, and we've talked a lot about this cold weather, but I'm really hoping that if it's going to be cold, it at least has some snow.
I know. I'm ready for a white Christmas. I feel like we haven't had one for a couple years now.
Yeah.
So, Adam, do we know what that's going to be looking like, or is it getting too warm?
Well, we had a glimmer of hope. We had some snow last month in November, but not a promising start to December. It was wintry like November, and we can clearly see that on this calendar. Look at all these blue squares. Those are all days where we had temperatures below average. We had 19 days below average, and we had 10 days above average. But look at the end of the month of November yesterday. We're starting to see a trend of warming temperatures, and that's going to continue over the next couple of days. But for now, currently 46 degrees here in Muncie, 45 up into Fort Wayne, 44 into Indianapolis, 52 down to Bloomington, and 47 over into Lafayette. Now, we did have some rain, like you mentioned, push through the area earlier today, but most of that rain has begun to push out of the area. That has brought all these clouds in that we've seen moving over the past couple hours. Expect to see these clouds linger around throughout the night tonight and into tomorrow. This is going to help those milder temperatures in the 40s to stay in the 40s, mid to lower 40s tonight. Tonight, dropping down to 44 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. However, I am tracking some gustier winds that will begin to push into the area overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. By midnight, we're starting to see some of those gustier winds beginning to push into the area. Wind gusts of up to 22 miles an hour. Now, these are wind gusts. They're not sustained winds, so expect to see some sustained winds of 10 to 15 miles an hour with some gusts of up to 20 miles an hour before. But as we start our day tomorrow by 6 a.m., so wind gusts of 36 miles an hour here in Muncie, as well as across the area of 35 to 40 miles an hour for eastern Indiana, as well as western Ohio. Expect to see those wind gusts remain for most of the day tomorrow, but then by dinner time and after sunset, expect to see those wind gusts begin to subside. So if you have any Christmas decorations outside, it might not be a bad idea to properly secure them down. We aren't expecting any flying reindeer until later in the month. Beautiful day tomorrow, starting out on the mild side, 46 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, but then by lunchtime, those skies clear up a little bit, allowing temperatures to warm up to 54 and all the way up to 58 under mostly cloudy skies for your high tomorrow. Winds still a little bit on the gustier side, so you do have to be careful. That might not be a bad idea to put your hair up for the day tomorrow so your hair doesn't blow around. Now, the high of 58 degrees tomorrow is well above our average of 45, but nowhere close to our record high of 74 that we set back in 1982. So take advantage of these warmer temperatures. Get outside, relax, go for a drive, get some friends, go for lunch, set up a hammock. Finals week is approaching. Take this time to relax before all we can think about is finals. Over the next couple of days, warm and increasing sunshine over the next couple of days. 58 degrees tomorrow, but look at those low temperatures. Warm during the day, but cold at night thanks to clearing skies. 54 on Friday, but decreasing to 45 on Saturday, as we do have the next chance of rain return on Sunday in the later afternoon hours. Now, a couple of those rain showers late Sunday into Monday could produce a little bit of winter precipitation mix, even maybe a couple snowflakes. Early Monday morning, colder temperatures as a cold front pushes through, bringing temperatures down into the lower 40s and upper 30s with a chance of a wintry precipitation mix on Tuesday and returning some rain on Wednesday. So, going to be a little bit warmer. We do have a chance of snow, but still have a lot of time before Christmas.
You know, if you keep talking about these warm temperatures, I might have to bust out my bathing suit. It's feeling nice.
I'm not entirely sure if it's that warm. I think a solid 70 like we had back in, I believe, the 80s it was. That's just insane, first and foremost. So.
Yeah, but I mean, from 20s to 50s, it's going to feel like a heat wave.
We have a lot can change because in October we saw temperatures in the 80s, but now we're in
Yeah.
November and December we saw it go down, and now it's going back up.
Yeah, well, Adam, thank you. And speaking of winter, we're moving to winter sports. Brittany, what can you tell us about that?
One high school team won their first basketball game in over a year, and 5 Cardinal football players were awarded all MAC honors. Find out who next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Brittany Slack with sports. Indiana basketball is renowned for its intensity, competitiveness, and drive. NewsLink Indiana's Philip Shorzay took the court to find a team trying to rediscover those attributes.
Good times are brewing at Muncie Central, and with good reason. Coach Thompson's squad started off the season with a bang, knocking off local rival Wapahani on Friday night to start their season 1-0. That win is one the Bearcats have been waiting for a long time.
How long's a long time to wait for a win? A full calendar year? Try 20 months. That's how long Muncie Central had to wait for a win before they knocked off Wapahani last Friday to move to 1-0 for the first time in Coach Thompson's tenure.
That win was remarkably the team's first since March 6th, 2020, following a dismal 0-21 season last year. Thompson doesn't focus on last year, though, keeping his team focused on the season at hand.
It was my first time winning the first game of the season since I've been hired here. So it was like a monkey off our back that we can start off with a winning record, as I could say, starting off with. So it was a great atmosphere and a great thing for us to get that, you know, if you want to call it monkey off our back.
And a win doesn't mean a perfect game. Among Thompson's gripes,
taking care of the ball, because we turned the ball over a lot in the third and fourth quarter. So really just taking care of the ball and understanding, you know, what's more important, the pride possession is to hold on to the ball and to putting the ball in the basket.
The Bearcats are set to take on a Logansport squad that held them to only 32 points last season. But for the Bearcats, it's just one more chance at redemption. In Muncie, Philip Shorzay, NewsLink, Indiana.
With Logansport would take place in Muncie Fieldhouse at 7:30 on Friday. Now switching gears to Ball State's women basketball, the Ball State Cardinals are excited to meet Purdue Fort Wayne this upcoming Thursday at Worthen Arena. Ball State will host the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons at home for the first time since 2012-2013 season. Women's basketball faced Purdue Fort Wayne 6 times and leading with all-time series record 6-0. After spending time Thanksgiving week at Caddy, Texas, and battling teams like Texas Tech, Stephen F. Austin, and St. Joseph's, the Cardinals are ready to bounce back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Throwing it over to football field, 5 Cardinals receiving all MAC honors. On Wednesday, the league office announced that there will be 5 Cardinals representing Ball State on all MAC teams. Safety Bryce Cosby, kickoff return specialist Justin Hall, and punter Nathan Snyder were named to all the MAC first team. Offensive lineman Curtis Blackwell and linebacker Jalen Thomas made the all-MAC second team, as well as Justin Hall as wide receiver. All 5 of the players have been recognized with all MAC honors before, led by Hall, who made it for the 5th consecutive year. Hall remains a finalist for the Paul Hornung Award and has received 7 All-MAC awards, 5 as receiver and 2 as kick returner. After receiving great recognition from the league, Ball State awaits to see as if they will compete in a bowl game this season.
Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah, after the break, we'll show you our anchor picks.
And plus, we'll take one final look at weather.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared. So start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. It's time now for our anchor picks. The pandemic has limited kids' access to Santa Claus for the past couple of years, so the jolly old elf is apparently turning to technology to help keep in touch. A Colorado group is helping St. Nick get in contact with kids through the radio. The software allows Santa to actually talk to the kids and for them to talk back.
And at the start of the new year, a British superstar is headed to Las Vegas. A new concert series will take place at a well-known hotel. Adele announced that she will be hosting a concert residency at Caesar's Palace. The concert will take place at the venue known as the Coliseum. She will perform from January 21st through April 16th with 2 shows. And now we're going to send it over to Adam with one last look at weather.
Not Christmas time quite yet. Warm start to December, but expect to see rain over the next couple of days.
Thank you, Adam. That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to theballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.